You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Welcome back, Skyrim Addict 152. So I am joined currently by Victor.
Good evening.
And we're going to have the Sons of Sithis joining us in a little bit. They're going to hop on with us from Mountain Time Zone, Utah.
Nice. Talk
some Elder Scrolls and ESO and stuff. And just, I know they have a charity event coming up. And we have ours coming up. Was it December 8th? Did we decide on 9 to 9? Is that what we decided on?
I don't remember. It's sometime in the morning to sometime in the evening. Yeah. Works for me. In other words, all day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we will have a link directly to Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for our event. So you'll be able to donate right through that. Probably by the end of this week, I should have that finalized and set up. I've been working with the local chapter for that. So you'll be able to donate directly through that. It does throw a little monkey wrench into the giveaways that we got to talk about, but not that big of a deal. So we can figure that out on the sly.
Yeah, we'll work that out.
Yeah. So join us. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on. Let's see how many things we can get it on. Probably Facebook Live, if we can, in the group. That would probably be a good way to do it. Hopefully my computer doesn't blow up doing both at the same time.
Yeah, and we'll be broadcasting let's see, live on YouTube. We're going to be several of us are going to be twitching.
Yep.
Or twitching, good Lord. Yeah. And we're going to be streaming on Twitch at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. So, and we'll see. And I love Pat's idea of the walk across, whether it's the Commonwealth or Skyrim or whatever.
The
walk for cystic fibrosis in world, as it were. So I've been trying to figure out ways I could do something with that too. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and I think we were going to Andrew and I were going to try and do the Ender Dragon thing in Minecraft, so we could take people on a tour of the wasteland that we had built there as well, with Sherry, who had set it up, and I believe Jessica's in there. There was a bunch of people who had been in it. Freighter was in there as well.
Yeah, Sean stopped by, I know, but he just sort of stopped in. And
Aaron from Mindfog had built a house as well.
Oh, cool.
So we can go explore everybody's house. Keith, of course. Keith and his daughter live next door to me. But I've built a whole new place, a vacation home. That's a whole nother.
Nice.
But I haven't been playing. I haven't played Skyrim this week because I hopped into Assassin's Creed
Odyssey. Yeah.
So can talk about that for a few minutes.
Yeah, dude.
Very reminiscent of Origins. Very, very similar in most of the mechanics and upgrading your weapons and armor and skills and stuff is pretty similar to Origins.
Okay.
They do still have the ship battles.
That's good.
Which I didn't love in the first one personally, but they've upgraded them where you can now upgrade your ship and things like that and add crew to it. So I like that they expanded what you can do with them. And you can also, like, if you don't like ship battles, you can kind of avoid them.
Okay.
I think there's like one that you have to do, obviously, to learn how to do it, obviously. But it seems like you can choose to kind of go that route and do a bunch of sea battles and stuff, or you can kind of skirt around people and not fight them. So I'm sure there's going to be some other sea battle down the road that I'm going to have to do it, but it seems like you can kind of pick and choose. You're not like stuck in a battle necessarily every time you go to travel.
Yeah, I have it sitting in its case over by the Xbox, but I have not I haven't tapped it yet. I'm waiting for the right time. Maybe later this fall when the snow really starts to fly and I have some, a code red day or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally self-indulgent day. I'm going to throw it in there and play all day. But yeah, it looks great. Sean loves it.
It looks amazing. Yeah, I like the setting. I have to admit, at first, like the first, kind of your opening area, your, I guess, tutorial area, somewhat. Even though they do a pretty good job of how they do the tutorials, so we'll give them that. Doesn't feel, it's like the Siwa area from the last one. If
right.
you're
Okay.
that.
Yep.
But I feel like it's bigger than that, and you don't feel like you're stuck in one place. It kind of feels like a fully fleshed out area.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because I got that. Was very much like a sort of a tutorial area.
Yeah,
it had that feel to it, and as good as it was.
Yeah, this felt less like a tutorial as you were going through it, and there are actually consequences to like decisions you make and stuff. So. Like I got news later on about something that I had chosen back on that island about what it caused there and things like that. And I could go back there and, choose to help out or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
So that, yeah, there is, seems to be more to those type of areas this time. But
yeah, everybody loves it. Although I've heard the same I don't know if it's a criticism, but I've heard the same comments about it, feeling a lot like Origins, and I guess that's not surprising. They've got a good formula.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close time frame being made, so you don't expect too much of a change.
Right. So, yeah, it's right across the pond, as it were.
Yeah.
The southern pond.
Yeah. And I do like, I prefer these type of settings, the more ancient settings, for Assassin's Creed. Like I never really liked the newer ones. I kind of prefer, whatever, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, whatever you want to, or even, God, what were the old,
medieval
Italy, and
kind of. I liked Syndicate a lot. I thought it was really good and it was beautifully done, but it was still, I mean, it has the same issues I have with all games like that. They're not really role playing games, and
no, this isn't either.
And you're on a sort of a strict path, even though the game designers make it feel like you have agency and choice. You do, but only in a limited way. And I don't mind that, but I get tired of it, and I tire of that, more quickly. It's why, I mean, I never finished Witcher 3 as great as it is, and I never finished Origins as great a game as it is. And I'll probably never finish Odyssey either, but I'll have a lot of fun, just exploring in it.
For sure. Yeah, it's worth it for that. But definitely, yeah, it puts you. This one gives you options of how you want to do it. If you want to, more exploration to find quests as opposed to just being handed things. So I think I took like the middle road to kind of experience, I don't know, a little bit of both, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, it feels like Assassin's Creed,
Yeah. It's funny though. I mean, they've really succeeded in a lot of ways in mainstreaming their concept, I guess, if you want to call it that. Because I mean, I've had people I know or I've known for many, many years who have sort of contacted me recently, and they said, "Wow, that what's that game called? It's one about ancient Greece. That sounds really good. I mean, I might even play a video game just to see what that one looks like." So they've done a good job with that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and they had the exploration mode in the last one,
right? Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah. So it is like that. I fooled around with that in Origins, and that really is like, you still aren't able to create a character and live in the world, but you can feel like you're living in the world in that, because you don't have to battle anything. You don't have any choices to make. You can just wander around, and that's really cool.
That's a nice option to have for a game like that, where you kind of just want to see things sometimes, because it's just the look of the game is fantastic. So.
And it's also a great choice for kids because they're smaller kids because they have a chance to actually feel like they can play a game and not have to like my younger grandkids, they can't, they want to, but they're just not, they don't have the motor skills and the decision making skills to play a game where you have to battle something, nor should they be playing a game where you have to kill people. It's just not right for like a 5-year-old kid. But being able to put them in a world like that where you don't have to worry about them making those kind of decisions.
And you can just kind of explore. That's really nice.
Yeah,
that is a really nice option. I really did like that. I was trying to think what else was. Kind of everything else is really similar, I would say. Has a really similar feel. Nothing too surprising, you know. Story wise, it's wraps in Sparta and the Athenians and all that kind of stuff. So it was very weird. I felt like I was watching the movie 300 at one point.
I was just thinking about that.
It was very like the opening part was very much like not spoiling anything, obviously, but it was very much the movie, and I'm like, this is
yeah, I got that too because I did watch a few YouTube,
and that was in the very beginning, so I'm sure they showed that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
very familiar to me right now.
Yeah. Speaking of early access and early stuff, I mean, have you been watching much of the Fallout 76, or have you been playing it?
I haven't been playing it.
Yeah.
I have seen some of it, but not a whole lot. I've just been really busy.
Yeah.
How I saw there was was it the stress test today?
Well, the beta
was today, right?
The beta or beta, whatever, opened yesterday. So
I thought there were some like screenshots of it and stuff. And
I watched. I was waiting. I wanted to watch and see some of my, some of the people I like to watch. The bigger YouTubers and Twitch streamers who do Bethesda games like ESO, and a couple of people, Scimitar. I don't know if Scimitar is going to be doing Many a True Nerd. I hope he's going to do Fallout 76. ESO did like a 4-hour thing, and it was pretty good. I mean, I enjoy his stuff, and it looks good. It looks like Fallout 4.
Nice.
Graphically, and that's nice. I'm just so torn. I don't know if I want to spend the money on it. I want to spend.
I have it pre-ordered, so I'll probably just.
Yeah, I did. I canceled my pre-order because I'm just so ambivalent about it, and I'm not a big MMO person anyway.
Yeah, either.
But I think that from what I've seen so far, if there was more camping and living, in other words, I know you have to. There's a survival component built into it, but if there was more, it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of you have to build and sleep and so on. It's just you got to eat and drink. That's the impression I get. I may be wrong because I haven't played it, and I don't know. So we'll find out, or I'll find out. But if there's a broad component of build your own structures and camp out and sleep and eat and drink, then I'll probably buy into it sooner than later. As soon as it comes out on PC.
As soon as it hits on PC. Yeah.
But if that's kind of nerfed a little bit, then I'll probably wait until it's on sale or something.
I'm not sure because I have ESO obviously on 2 different things and kind of never really fully got into it on either of them. But so I'm worried it's going to be similar to that.
Right. Yep. And I'm sure, I don't know if, I'm sure they're running on whatever ZeniMax, did to make ESO work.
Yeah, I'm sure. Pretty similar. Yeah.
Right. So, So, and it has that look to it, that sort of weird, when you watch the other players, and this isn't always true. And I mean, watching the other players in the videos that I've seen of Fallout 76, it's similar to Elder Scrolls Online, where the other players have this weird kind of janky look to them, where it's almost geometric the way they don't quite blend into the world, and when they're running around, it looks like they're sort of floating just above the ground.
Oh yeah,
that's a thing you don't see in more I don't know, fluid games like Destiny, whether you like Destiny or not, but the other players don't look like that. Even in Fortnite or PUBG, or now, and I've watched Sean play Blackout. I was up visiting last week, and he had Blackout, which is really awesome, by the way. It's like evolutionarily the next step in Battle Royale. It's really, really good. It's so much better than PUBG. And,
really?
Oh yeah, it really is. I mean, it's Call of Duty, so it's that part of it's going to be done right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And so it's much more fluid, and all the guns and everything else is just beautifully done. It's just a real home run. And you watch the other players in that, and then you don't see that same jankiness. So that's a little off-putting.
Yeah, that is a little funky. I'm trying to think. With the ESO, it was just so crowded when I got into it that I was just it kind of took away. That's just not the experience I prefer in Elder Scrolls. So,
and it has that sort of weird feeling, which in fact you don't get when you play I don't feel when I play like a battle royale type game like Fortnite. But anyway, that weird feeling when you're in an MMO like that of being alone among giant crowds of people. In other words, everybody's doing the same thing. You're all kind of crowded around a loot chest or whatever, but you're not really interacting, and the only way to really interact, you can maybe chat or something like it, but the chat is so toxic in a lot of those games like Guild Wars 2 and stuff. And so you really kind of feel like it's a multiplayer game, but you're not really connecting with people. And it's not really cooperative anyway. So maybe 76 will have that component to it.
Yeah, it sounded like that was the idea.
Yeah.
To be smaller populations and more possibly cooperative play.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's what you want. But
I know Andrew said on the group that he finally found Pat, and then Pat refused to go into the and then he did, and then he slept in his bed. So that was, that's perfect. Yeah, there you go.
Good.
That was funny. I was laughing.
Oh man.
But well, I'm looking for it. If I feel like it's worth a buy, then I will definitely buy. But now I don't. Maybe you can tell me. I don't remember. Is there there should be cross-platform, right, between Xbox and PC?
I would think for that there should be.
Yeah.
I think the only issue would be whatchamacallit, PS4, obviously, because God forbid they do anything to.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm definitely going for it on PC. I'm a Master Race kind of guy anyway. Even though I play consoles once in a while.
I've gone back mostly to console. Oh, and I decided because we have we're doing the Skyrim roundtable starting December 8th. We're gonna we haven't worked it out fully yet, but it's gonna be Hearthfire random quests. So it's I'm gonna play on Switch. So we have we do have our guests with us.
Yes, we do.
Hello.
Welcome. Good evening.
Just set everything up. Just got off work.
Oh, nice.
Fun times.
We're in the future, so we've been off work.
That's true. Slightly in the future, a few hours.
Yeah. Anyway. Two drinks into the future, I guess.
Yeah, I'm only one beer into the future, but I go to bed soon. So
nice, cool. Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, it was funny because so obviously we have Dusty and Cody from Sons of Sithis.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, guys. I'm Vic.
Hey, nice to meet you guys.
We had randomly, there was a random Twitter thread. I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. I'm so bad at being on Twitter with that. Let's see, from Dungeons and Deadlifts, kind of tagging a bunch of Skyrim ESO shows, Elder Scrolls shows in general, and that's kind of where all this was born from.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that.
So it's easy for me to find that because I'm hardly ever on that account, so I can easily search that.
Nice.
But yeah, and I think I had spoken to from Tales of Tamriel. Is it Lotus of Doom was on Tales of Tamriel?
Yep.
Yeah, he was doing a charity event, I guess, before he was on that show, and we had kind of communicated back then. So
nice.
Sweet.
So the Elder Scrolls world is small.
And I'm ashamed to admit that I hadn't heard of you guys' podcast until Michael mentioned it a couple days ago. So I listened to a couple episodes. I'm very parochial. I listen to Skyrim Addict and then I listen to other stuff.
There you go.
Cool.
Not related to Elder Scrolls. So I enjoyed the shows. They're good. They're a lot of fun.
Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's fun to do. We're still new, so
that may be. Because way back I listened to like a lot of the early shows back in 2012 and 13 and stuff like that. And
it's been so long, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I really particularly enjoyed your Skyrim versus Oblivion show. That was a lot.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Awesome. Thanks. We're actually thinking about doing another one of those because there's just because there's other things that we didn't talk about
we only talked about like half the stuff we planned on talking about.
Then we realized that we had talked for a long time. We're like, oh geez, gotta make this a two-parter or something.
Yeah.
It's always good to do that. Always bank one.
Right. There you go. Yeah. Put one in the bank.
Give people something to want. Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, how did there's a good question. How did the show come about?
So I have a couple buddies that do podcasts and I've helped them set up stuff and all that. And then really we've just been lifelong Elder Scrolls fans.
I mean, we would have these conversations anyway. And so we were like, might as well record them.
That's kind of how it works, isn't it?
It is. It really is. I'm nodding vigorously because that's kind of what podcasting is all about, isn't it? It's just that's very cool.
Exactly.
It's a really great observation. Yeah.
Might as well just turn on a mic while we do this.
Yeah. It's like, we're going to talk about this. Let's just record it. Send it out to some people. See what happens.
Might as well.
Yeah. That's
exactly.
kind of this show.
We'll send it out to our listener. I mean listeners. Yeah.
Right. Listen to the two people in Australia that listen.
Mom and
a big Elder Scrolls contingent in Australia.
Right. There is. Yeah. There actually is. Yeah. Kind of crazy.
That is one of the big places for sure that I've noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed that for sure, especially I don't think I realized it until I got kind of involved in Twitter and stuff with the show. But yeah, once I got on Twitter, I was like, man, there are a lot of people from Australia playing ESO and Elder Scrolls in general. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't play. I haven't played a lot of ESO, hardly any, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I tried it a little bit. I'm just not an MMO person in general.
There you go.
Up in and out.
Yeah, it'd be tough to play if you're not an MMO person. That's for sure. For most of the game.
But I still like listen in, like, because I like to kind of know, because I always like to be teased, like, oh, maybe I will hop in. But I'm like, God, it's so far down the road at this point. There's no way I'm hopping in. What am I? I'm just
right. Right.
But it seems like a really good community.
Yeah, the ESO community is awesome, especially coming from, I've always had an MMO in my suite of games that I've played just growing up, since through WoW, through Star Wars, Old Republic, through other less good ones like RuneScape and and EverQuest and other stuff that I've even like there's a text-based one. What was the text-based one called? I can't remember what it's called. There's some weird text-based one that I tried once. But yeah, ESO is definitely the most positive MMO community I've ever been.
I would say it's the most positive community I've experienced in any game. I mean, I played a lot of Overwatch, and
okay,
very toxic game.
Yeah, it became toxic. I mean, it wasn't really that way initially. I played a little bit of Overwatch when it first came out. It seemed like it was going to be nice, and then it just degenerated.
Yeah, it's a fun place right now, isn't it?
It is a scary place to be in a low rank.
yeah, really.
Yeah, bronze is a good time, huh?
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, because it even seems like even all the ESO shows kind of collectively, you guys all kind of communicate and.
Yeah, that's been something that just kind of started happening recently. But yeah, it's been really cool actually. Just talking to each other as podcasts, and I listen to most of them anyway, so it's been kind of cool talking and doing stuff together. And that's with the Extra Life stuff that we've got coming up, we're been working with them on doing stuff too, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, so there's that charity event, and then there's something else in ESO specifically. Am I mixing the two up?
I'm not sure. There was one that just happened.
There's just a breast cancer awareness one that just went on.
Yeah, the Tamriel for Tatas one. Yeah, that one, the breast cancer one. Yeah, that one just happened just this past weekend, and they actually, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw on Twitter they raised something like 10 or 11,000.
Yeah, it was just under $11,000.
Good for them. Nice.
Pretty crazy. So
you guys are doing the Extra Life one?
Yeah. Yep. So November 3rd, we're doing a stream from like 10 a.m. our time, which is Mountain, to probably midnight-ish is what we're shooting for. We don't really stream. We've like both streamed a few times personally just to kind of try it out, see if we liked it, whatever. So we'll see if we can last that long. So we'll see. But yeah, that's what we're shooting for.
We'll have a designated snack retriever that'll every few hours get a snack and water.
Seriously, snack and water. Good Lord.
Yeah.
A long time to play one video game, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
We might switch between a couple or something like that. Who knows? We might have to take a break from ESO and hop on something else, something less crazy, or maybe we'll just go do crafting or something that's less intensive than
do an IRL stream. We'll go walk around.
IRL. We'll just go on a walk for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to stand up because we've done a 12-hour show for the last, I don't know, like 4 years.
Yeah, it's been 4 years now.
Yeah. And by like hour 4 or so, you're kind of like, man, I really got to stand up.
Stand up and walk around. Back starts to hurt, neck. All that stuff.
We got enough people now where like we kind of rotate the shows and stuff, so we can take a break. Like
there you go.
Do Skyrim for like 2 hours and fall out, and then so people are hopping in and out, and it's nice because
there you go.
Sitting down for 12 hours really sucks.
Yeah, that is painful.
Yeah,
it is not good on your back and neck. That's for sure.
Oh God, I did. Was it Jay and Jack Lost podcast back in the day? Used to do a 24-hour show. And I did the like midnight to 5 a.m. with a friend of mine. And after being up all day, that was not fun.
I bet.
Nobody was listening. We were
just kind of like, all right, let's go read Twitter for the next hour.
What can we talk about? Let's call someone we know.
Let's call John's mom. Yeah. How's John's mom doing? Is she awake at this hour?
Yeah, that's the great thing about streaming a game, because you don't have to talk. You can just, like you say, you just go craft something or
go do something.
Stand in front of a wall for a while or something.
Right. Go juggle pumpkins or something.
Juggle pumpkins, exactly. Yeah. Perfect.
Right.
I like how you guys kind of mix lore and just like kind of what you're playing and stuff, ESO news plus what if you're playing Oblivion or Skyrim or whatever else.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, recently it's been mostly ESO. But we do also play other games. But yeah, ESO has had its hooks deep in us as of right now.
Yeah, we started off the show talking about Assassin's Creed, so.
Oh, there you go. Man, I haven't played Assassin's Creed in forever.
I haven't played
Black Flag.
Yeah, Black Flag.
Oh, wow.
Actually, no, I played Origins. Was that the one that was in Egypt?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last one I played.
Yeah. Odyssey is Origins in Greece. So there you go.
So you played it, Dusty.
Welcome to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Watch the movie 300 and play Origins, and you'll be in Odyssey.
Right. And then just hit parry attack. Parry attack.
It is a beautiful game to explore, but yeah, you definitely don't have the freedom you do in Elder Scrolls.
It really is a pretty game though, that's for sure.
Yeah. There is some funky stuff though. Like people talk about the glitches in Elder Scrolls and stuff, whatever, somebody being halfway through the floor or whatever.
Right.
I find that way more in things like Assassin's Creed and games like that, or Tomb Raider, whatever else, other types of games like that.
I love glitches like that. I was watching Many a True Nerd play Rome Total War the other day, and he had this giant campaign going, and all of a sudden his entire, whatever you call it, group, phalanx, whatever, of charioteers totally glitched out and just entirely destroyed his own army. It was like just was running circles, just sort of running over all of his soldiers. And he's like, what the?
What's happening?
I love that kind of stuff. It's great to watch. It's
That's so funny.
Yeah,
there's nothing like a good glitch.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like when the wagon wheels go bad in the opening of Skyrim.
That's always mods, though. I mean,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
right. That's mod driven.
They turn square or whatever the hell's happening, and you're all cart. And it is always mod related, though. I got to admit.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Load them up and just hope it goes well.
Hope it works.
There's some funny mods out there for Skyrim, like the Kirby faces and like just weird anime faces for your character.
Yeah,
there's some weird mods out there.
Yeah, Randy Savage. Yeah.
I think we've talked about some weird ones, haven't we?
Oh yeah. I've tried most of them. Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank Engine one.
Yeah. For all the dragons become Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah. So I'm Mr. Mod when it comes to Skyrim. That's pretty much all I do. It's just spend my time modding Skyrim.
There you go.
So
yeah, I've decided to go back and play it on Switch actually.
Oh, nice.
For because we do like this round table thing where it used to be more organized when Andrew ran it, but much less organized now that I run it for Skyrim anyway. Basically, we have actually random generators and get a character, and we play through either like we did the main quest, we did Dragonborn, stuff like that, and just see the different experiences people had randomly rolling characters. But
nice.
We're doing Hearthfire, and I'm like, just do it on Switch because I haven't, get that fresh like vanilla experience after not playing it for a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Well, yeah, you guys are doing the Oblivion one through Shivering Isles, right?
Yeah, we're actually finishing up on Sunday. Yeah,
nice.
God, I forgot how good that was.
It's such a good DLC. I remember when that came
Don't
out.
hate me. I've never played the Shivering Isles.
So Dusty.
Oh, to go back. I'm seriously though. Shivering Isles. So good.
Tonight. You own it, don't you?
I own it. I've just never played it.
I was gonna say you have it on your PC. Oh, Dusty.
Who was it? Juan hadn't played through the whole thing either. Who's doing the roundtable with us?
Really? Wow.
And he played I don't think he finished it. He said or something because it came out pretty late after Oblivion was already out.
Yeah, it was it was a couple years after, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't close. So I remember playing it, but I had already been done with Oblivion for a little bit when it came back out, or when when the DLC dropped. So I mean, it was a while.
Collins played through all of it, right?
I don't think so. He hated Oblivion, I thought, for a little bit.
Yeah, but then I thought he
got into it.
Yeah, then he went into it. Yeah. So.
Or no, he didn't it didn't work for him, but he really Shivering Isles is so crazy good. It's you got Shoggorath first of all.
Right. Exactly. It's always a fun time when he's involved.
Yeah, it's all just all his nonsense, just nonstop.
Right.
Man, if I like the Sheogorath quest in Skyrim, I would probably love the Shivering Isles then.
Oh God, it's like that times 1,000.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah.
It's way better than that for sure.
Oh my God, yeah. Help the kid out of the bed.
Right.
Bad dream. Yeah, no, it's like exponentially.
Yeah, that's one of the things you were very right about on your Skyrim versus Oblivion show. Is Skyrim's kind of lackluster in a lot of those ways. It has its great points, and it's I think one of the best games ever made, but it is lackluster in compared in lore, compared to some of the deeper games like Daggerfall, even and
for sure.
So, and it's unfortunate because people who came to the Elder Scrolls through Skyrim don't really understand the depth of the lore that's there.
Yeah.
And Skyrim came out when I was like 12, I think. So Oblivion was like before my time.
Yeah, it was definitely before your time, that's for sure. Skyrim, dude, it just makes you think, like, man, if they had put just a little bit more effort into the lore stuff, because I agree, it's definitely one of the best games ever, for sure.
Yeah.
With just a little bit more. Oh, it could have been so much better.
Yeah, like if those Daedric quests were a little deeper, or things like that, or the Civil War was a little deeper,
Yeah. I mean, I understand a lot of the decisions they made in terms of, getting it optimized for consoles and blah, 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 blah. And they sort of, maybe Skyrim even came out, 5 to 7 years before its time. If it came out now, it'd be a Witcher 3, it'd be this amazing deep game because all the consoles have the power to run that kind of stuff.
Right.
And yet they created this sort of amazing open world masterpiece, which if you're into that, you can just do anything you want, unlike any other game ever made, I think. So it's this kind of weird balance between this, shallowness and depth.
Right. Yeah. It's shallow in areas, but really deep in a lot of other areas. It's kind of crazy.
So
because you miss those stories, those in Oblivion. There's so many stories, like everywhere you go, it feels like there's something more beneath the surface. Yeah,
everywhere you go, there's something happening, some story to find that you can't see on the surface, right?
And Morrowind, even as much or more so. Even, I mean, it's just so steeped in the lore, and but it's so hard to play nowadays.
It's tough. I tried a couple months ago too, because I recently got it on my PC, and I got it and just like, oh god,
it's like going back and playing Witcher 1 or something.
I don't remember it being that rough. Jeez.
Yeah. I do. I mean, I'm 61, so I came through all those freaking games, and oh jeez.
Right.
Yeah, it was like I went and played a couple years ago. I went and played it, and I think I posted before. I think it was on 360. I played it, and I had like streamed it on YouTube. And I was like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I'm just like walking through an empty landscape. There's nothing anywhere. What the hell is happening?
Where do I go? What do I do?
And then I like revisited it when they did the backwards compatibility for Xbox One, just to kind of see. And I'm like, man, it's so hard to go back that far.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it is though. If you fall in love with a game like Skyrim, it's almost due diligence to go back and sort of force yourself through some of that just to learn the lore, or even go back and watch playthroughs on YouTube or something like that just to learn what it's all about. It really helps flesh things out a lot. And it makes your gameplay better. And whether it's Skyrim or ESO or anything, you really understand more of what's going on.
But how's like ESO for the lore? I've heard Juan talks about it. He loves it. And there's a lot of quests. I assume they have more time to flesh more things out, I would assume.
Yeah, my experience has been great with the lore. I mean, other than the weird stuff with the pacts and stuff like that, it's kind of weird. But other than that, I mean, once you get past that, I mean, we've just been going through Murkmire that just came out, and Murkmire is holy crap. Especially the story is
the story is like, I've played ESO for almost 2 years now, and every once in a while I'll take a pretty long, like 4-month break from it. And the only reason I come back and like get reinterested is I find like another main quest or another big story to explore, and that's what gets me back into it.
It's like WoW, right? You know, everything's a new expansion or something.
Exactly right. Well, there's just so much of it too. I think I saw on Reddit someone calculated all the hours it would take you to go do all of the quests. It was something like
It's like almost
3,300 or something like that. Like some crazy amount. Like, but yeah, it's been great. Honestly, I mean, the main story's great with Molag Bal.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good time, and then Murkmire, all the DLCs are great too, especially Somerset.
They've really stepped up the DLC game recently. Seriously. Ever since Morrowind, it's just gotten better and better.
That's awesome. That's really good. Yeah, all the the screenshots and even some of the gameplay I watched, it looks gorgeous.
It really is really pretty too.
Except for Bethesda's continually janky characters, but other than that,
other than that, that's for sure. Yeah, it definitely feels like ESO's prime time is happening kind of right now. In the last year up to now, once they fixed all the, because I remember when it first came out, when I got it and played it, and man, that was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty. I did too. I bought it when it first came out, and I was really underwhelmed. And I'm not an MMO player either, like Michael, but I had to. I felt like I needed to because I've been involved with Bethesda games from the beginning, and so I just I was very underwhelmed. It was really difficult to get through a lot of the early stuff and just sort of plod your way through there. But yeah, they fixed a huge amount of that with what one Tamriel, etc. And
they fixed.
Am I a little low there, Michael? Sorry,
I have I can adjust it here.
Yeah, okay. I was leaning away from my mic. Sorry.
I have the mixer in the window, so I'm able to adjust it up. Yeah, the one Tamriel really changed everything in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, one Tamriel, and then I think because I played it initially only for a few months, and then I stopped off and couldn't get into it. And then I really came back a couple years ago, or was it last year, or was it the year before that Morrowind? Right after Morrowind came out was when I decided to come back and get back into it.
Yeah, I think I need to get back there. And it's just there's so much there now. It's like I feel like I'm missing so much by not being there.
It is overwhelming from because I am definitely a completionist.
Yeah,
so as far as achievements and stuff, it's honestly kind of a nightmare sometimes. That when stuff comes out, I'm like, oh, cool. Here's all these achievements that I now feel like I need to go. Gotta go do all this now.
Thanks. Yeah. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for giving us all this content. Jeez.
It's definitely keeping the world of Elder Scrolls alive. I mean, obviously, they've released Skyrim 85 times and 80.
Right.
But
Elder Scrolls 6 coming in 12 years.
Yeah. When we're all dead and buried,
right.
And Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, we'll have this nice bridge of ESO and all this massive lore. But I mean, it's kept the people who maybe wouldn't have stayed in Skyrim in ESO. People who maybe didn't keep the game alive through modding and wanted something different.
You aren't as fanatical as I am.
Yeah. Who aren't building 27 characters every
Oh, dude, I have compulsive new character syndrome so bad. It's literally almost every week that I'm like, oh, this would be a cool idea for a character. Oh,
and then I go create. I do that same thing, and then I get to level 8, and I'm like, this isn't as fun as I imagined.
Oh yeah, no choice. That's why I do a little thing on YouTube called Skyrim Fits and Starts, where I take a character, take him to level 10, and that's as far as I go.
There you go. Drop him off in the garbage bin.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
That's the problem with something like Mod Organizer, where I can just sort of build anything I want and throw all the mods I want at it, and just sort of. And if it fails, well, I just delete it and start over again.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, at this point, I feel like I might be I'm overwhelmed by how much content is in ESO, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to figure out.
Start in Murkmire and just go zone at a time.
One little bit by little bit.
One zone at a time. Yeah, the main quest is always good. I think when I came back, is it Morrowind that's the good starting place for kind of what's going on right now, Dusty? Morrowind? Or was Clockwork City before that?
Clockwork City was
okay.
I'm not sure where the best place to start.
Yeah,
would be.
I mean, as far as the story goes, I mean, you could even hop in just in the Somerset and still understand what's going on. But obviously, yeah, I mean, Morrowind and Clockwork, the events at Clockwork City kind of lead up to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. But
so, do you guys have any plan for your stream or for your charity event? I mean, is there going to be a sort of a timeline, or are you just going to sort of just start and play?
So we are working on that currently because we're definitely planning on doing some dungeons with the Lore Seekers podcast.
Yeah.
So we still haven't fleshed out 100%, and then I know there's a couple other like Kyle Dempster that'll be streaming too. So we'll probably see if we can do some stuff with them, some PvP or something like that, probably. But yeah, dungeons for sure. PvP, I haven't played a whole lot of, and Dusty really hasn't either.
I've played like 3 battlegrounds, and that's it.
I'm more of I like the group content a little bit more, but yeah, we'll probably most likely be doing dungeons with them. Probably most of the time, because I think story stuff might be a little bit weird to stream.
Yeah, that's true.
With a chat and stuff like that might be weird. So yeah, most of the time we'll probably be doing dungeons or watching us just get trashed at PvP. Most likely.
That's always an entertaining way to go.
Yeah, that's probably true. It might get a little heated, but I break a mic or two in the process. But
are you streaming on Twitch or on YouTube?
On Twitch is where we're gonna go. But yeah, we really don't. I've only streamed a couple times. Dusty's only streamed a couple times, so it'll be kind of a new.
I used to stream Fortnite.
Oh jeez. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Way back in the heyday. Way back 3 months ago.
That's the heyday of Fortnite. Well, you might as well hop in and do 12 hours if you only done it a few times.
Right. Yeah, just go straight to 12 hours. Yeah, that's the only thing. We don't do it a couple times. We can last 12 hours.
12 hours isn't even that bad.
Yeah, there might be a long break in the middle. It's like we'll be back. We're gonna go fix everything that's wrong with our bodies currently. We'll be back.
A 3-hour be right back.
I'm gonna go get a massage real quick, and then
little acupuncture. Yeah.
Acupuncture.
Little mani pedi,
Right.
Well, that sounds great. And what is your Twitch channel? Sons of Sithis, or do you have a?
Yes, yeah, we have not even created the Twitch channel yet, but yeah, that's the plan. It'll probably just be Sons of Sithis. If not, I have my own one that I set up forever ago. But
cool.
That'll most likely be that. So
yeah, I definitely want to hop in. My kids and I we're going to try to do something for Extra Life, but we just never got it together. So
cool. But yeah, that'll be fun.
I'll be watching. I'll be coming to watch you guys and a bunch of others. It's a great event.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Especially, I didn't know a whole lot. I had heard of Extra Life before, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. And then I just kind of been looking into it since we were talking about it as podcasts. And yeah, the hospital that it supports here, where we're at in Utah, is the hospital where our little brother was literally like saved at.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I remember that story you guys told. Yeah,
it's like
a pretty crazy story.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Especially as I was like 16, 17. Yeah, it was nuts, man. He was like,
no, you were like 11.
Was I that young?
He was a baby. He was like 18 months old.
Oh no, yeah, that's totally true.
I was 7 or 5.
God, 7 concussions later, it's hard to remember something.
I have 6, and I remembered.
Yeah, seven's the tipping point. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that last one really got me.
Yeah.
7 is anatomically where you start losing marbles.
There's a clear delineation between 6 and 7, a half a dozen or more.
Yeah, I'm 23, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeesh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, probably brain would be mush at that point. 23, man.
Well, it is anyway. No, that's awesome. Do you have a lot of pledges, or is it, I don't even know how it works. Honestly, we didn't get that far with my kids. Do you pre-pledge, or how does it work?
It's through their website, and yeah, I think it's just a little like you just go through the website as far as like the donating and stuff. You mean?
So
I don't think it's pledging. You mean like pledging for us playing for so long? I don't think.
right.
Unless I'm totally wrong and I just have no idea. But yeah, I just went on. I've started it already and went and donated a little bit, but just kind of open it up a little bit. So yeah, it'd be cool.
Oh, that's
Fun
awesome.
times.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the event. I think last year was it? Maybe the Extra Life event. It must have been last year when everybody was streaming, and because I think we used to do our event around the same time.
Yeah,
I think that's why we came across it.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's been going on for a few years. Yeah, I think the first year we did the CF thing. It was almost like it was either the weekend before or the weekend after Extra Life. So
Yeah, it's always been right around the same time.
yeah,
Right in like the end of October, November time frame.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we moved it later.
Right.
But it's a fun thing to do. You know, you do your normal shows through the year. It's just fun to do that once a year, kind of
Go crazy for a charity out. Yeah.
get everybody together, and it's good because we've had like you guys connecting with the other shows and stuff. We've had like Shalene and Rick and all from We Just Left Games, formerly of Fallout Off the Record.
Oh, nice.
They hop on and they did an hour last year, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and then some other folks. There's been other people also. It's I don't know, it all blends together after a while. But it's it's fun. It's fun to get everybody together for a good reason.
Yeah. Especially all of the content creators and stuff too. It's been cool interacting with other ESO and Elder Scrolls podcasts like you guys too. It's been fun chatting around.
Yeah, it makes me feel as a collective unit here at Sons of Sithis, we are very unorganized.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's it. I think that's why I enjoy the show so much. I'm like, oh my God, this is like
just a constant mess of us trying
what
to like,
I
what
would
were we
do.
gonna talk
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Well, I mean, this is the embodiment of Padme, right? So that's chaos.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly. So it fits the theme of the show. That's the whole point. We do it on purpose, actually.
Yeah.
In reality, we're very organized with our chaos.
Yeah, the first like,
Organized, completely
the first
organized.
like 2 hours when we get together to do a recording is us just kind of like, okay, we got to actually like have notes so we know what we're going to talk about before we do something.
I mean, if we don't have notes to bring us back on track, all of a sudden we're talking about Lord of the Rings and then Star Wars and then
man.
Game of Thrones. And
It would get.
It's not even an Elder Scrolls podcast.
I
at
can't
that
even
point.
imagine how bad it would get off track if we just didn't have any notes.
Yeah, no. Well, I feel like if you're doing a like a lore segment, you gotta have notes.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, we've definitely got to write stuff for that because yeah, that'd be a rough one to like. Wait, who is who again?
Yeah,
Who's
there's
this
like
guy?
I don't know how you would just track that in your head otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're just a genius and can remember all of that exactly.
Yeah, because I feel like so many lores would blend together because there's like whatever, whether it's the Tolkien stuff or
Right.
anything, it kind of all meshes together at some point, and
sure.
names and everything else. So that'd be pretty easy to lose track of.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, and to pull back the curtain a little bit, I don't think I've ever done any notes in 152 episodes.
There you go.
Michael, notes are for chumps. That's
I don't know. Maybe I did once. I don't know.
just once, just to stay on track.
Wait, I gotta be organized this time, right? No.
No, it's cool.
I'm bad at that though.
It depends on what episode we're doing too. Like, yeah, if it's lore, which most
Oh,
of
you
our stuff
have
is
to.
doing, so point, yeah, I mean we've gotta do it. But yeah, for like the stuff we've done, like the update one that we recently did, yeah, I don't think we had much of anything.
No.
We just kind of like, let's turn it on and like, hey,
In a month.
we're back.
Yeah, and if you're playing regularly, and there's always news for ESO too. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's always news. Well, and then the segment of the show where we've talked about what we've been up to. I mean, yeah, we don't really.
yeah, no,
It's
really.
just us
keep
chatting.
the notes.
Yeah. Yeah, I take notes throughout the week as to what I've.
Today Aye.
Yeah, it's just me reading my journal.
Your diary.
Diary entry number 1.
Yeah, but it's like super conversational. So
Right.
I would say if people like that style, definitely listen, because that's me. That's my preferred style, is people just having a conversation, not like broken down, segments. I don't want a professional unless they're like professionals investigating something or something.
Right. Yeah.
Investigative Elder Scrolls
My
journalist.
wife was I listened to, it's some big podcast, I can't remember what it's called, but my wife turned me on to it. Is some what is it, the true crime stuff that we listened to. Is we went to California and on a few weekends ago, and we had a couple hour drive to where her cousin's wedding was at, and yeah, man, we listened to that. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm sure they do lots of investigating and professional stuff for that.
Was it In the Dark by any chance?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's super
I'll
good.
have to ask my wife. In the Dark, what is that though? That sounds pretty
It's a American Public Media. They've done 2 seasons. One was on a child abduction in Minnesota in the early 80s.
Ooh.
And the other was on a quadruple murder in Mississippi, Arkansas. I forget which state exactly, but very good, very well investigated, and yeah, well done.
That's pretty sweet.
Not shoddy or anything like that.
It's called Serial. I just remember.
Oh, Serial, yeah.
Yeah, so it was Serial that we listened to. One of the, I can't remember what one it was, but yeah, it was one of the earlier seasons that we listened to. But yeah, it was pretty sweet.
That's an NPR show.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I listen to all the true crime stuff. I get
there you go. I just listened to like half of. I still need to finish it. I'm so bad at reading books, but I just listened to / read on Audible or whatever the Michelle McNamara's book about the Golden State Killers. Pretty sweet. So I've read it like half of it. I need to finish it, but
hey, you made the attempt.
Yeah, I'm close. It's been a month since I've been in this. I need to find some time. Precious time.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm a junkie for that. I either like the really terrible ones or the really good ones. Like, I if it's in between, it's not of interest to me. It's either got to be a train wreck or be awesome.
Right.
I feel like that's the scale you got to ride.
Right, for sure. The same scale with movies too. If it's bad, it's got to be really bad.
Really bad. Yeah.
Can't be middle ground, because then it's just not interesting.
Yeah. Same exact thing. Yeah. Either be so terrible it's entertaining, or
right. Yeah. It's got to be Troll 2 or something good.
I feel like that's something that doesn't work in games, though. Like the worst of the worst games.
Oh yeah, that's true. That does not work for video games, huh?
It's a weird
game just intended to not have fun at all.
Yeah.
It's gonna be terrible
in that.
There is a game. It's called Sudoku.
Sudoku.
Oh God.
Oh man.
I don't know that I've ever played Sudoku and been like, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I'm glad I chose this.
Well, it depends on what you're into. I'm sure people that like numbers and math and stuff like
Sudoku.
Yeah.
Sorry if you like numbers and math. Not my thing.
Kelsey's just insulting you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like there's nostalgia for the worst games of all time, but nobody really wants to play them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that whole ET thing, which was pretty.
ET,
but
that's right.
Yeah, nobody really wants to play it because it's not really playable. Worst game,
right?
I feel like there's that line that doesn't work in gaming. If the game's really terrible and you can't play it, well, like there's no intrinsic value.
It's just not fun. Yeah.
But you get way more value out of a great game, whether it's ESO, Skyrim, whatever, Oblivion, anything like that. I mean, you're putting hundreds, thousands of hours in.
Oh yeah.
Relative to a movie.
I can't even imagine how much time I've spent playing like ESO. Well, I guess I can look for ESO.
But you can. That's
like
They really should.
Skyrim and Oblivion. Yeah, it
throughout,
just
like,
makes
all
you
the
feel bad
consoles
sometimes.
I've played it on too. I've
Like-
played like Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, computer. Like, if I had to calculate all that game time, that'd be scary.
It'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
thankfully, yeah, it's really hard to get those numbers together.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
would
really sad.
Yeah, I remember there was one of our friends, Dusty. Who was it that had something crazy hours in League of Legends?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't remember. I don't know.
Some crazy amount of like 20,000 or some
Oh,
some ridiculous amount of hours. That, like, good lord, man, that's like at 2 years.
that's a lot. I mean,
Yeah, I thought I was bad in Skyrim. Good lord.
If you guys
Yeah,
know, do
yeah.
you guys know Asmongold, the WoW streamer?
No.
I don't think so. I
He's
don't know
like
who that
he's a
is.
very popular World of Warcraft streamer, and he, like, a couple months ago, he like showed his game time, and it was almost like 1,200 days in WoW, and I was like,
Ow.
wow.
whoa. I no longer feel bad.
That's crazy. That's like, with that amount. That's like, what do you just leave it on when you go to sleep?
Yeah,
You
like, how
actually
is that
play that much?
He's been playing probably 4 to 8 hours every day since the
Well, I
day
guess
it
with
came out.
WoW,
For
I mean,
like,
it's been out for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a long time.
I'll
Yeah.
have to ask Sean how many hours he's played. My oldest son, he's played WoW since pretty much since the beginning, and we played World of Warcraft in the late '90s on our home network. I mean, the early,
Nice.
World of Warcraft 2 or
Right.
not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 2 and
Warcraft,
so on.
yeah.
But so he's been
Nice.
playing Warcraft pretty much all his life.
That's awesome.
But I gotta ask him, he plays WoW a lot.
That's crazy. Yeah, I imagine because most people play an MMO like that daily. So I assume if you play daily since release, then yeah, I mean, by now it's probably a lot.
yeah.
Well, he's like he does the when the new expansion comes out, he plays the heck out of it, and then he does he's the same thing. He stops and then just waits for the next
Right.
one to come along. Yeah,
Right. Oh yeah, because that one just came out, didn't it? The
Azeroth,
yeah.
Battle for Azeroth. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So
That's
The
crazy.
trailer looked cool. I watched the trailer for it. Those cinematic trailers are always
Yeah,
awesome.
Blizzard has amazing cinematics.
oh, they're so good at making things look great and making
Those
people want
ESO.
to play. Yeah,
ESO's Somerset one was really good. I remember
It was,
we
yeah.
talked about this on the show, but I showed it to my boss because he was asking me about it. And right when there's the moment when she, like, the elf chick, when she, like, comes out of the dream and she, like, it goes right up on her face, he just, like, whoa. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, you should download it, dude. It's pretty cool.
And that's how they get you.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's the hook right there.
yeah.
Well, I mean, look how many people they hooked with one damn picture of Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
Alone.
yeah.
Not even a moving picture of any kind.
Yeah, all of us drooling geeks over here. Yeah, just like that was. Oh yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
it's
Gives us a reason to live another few years.
Exactly.
Yes, in our pathetic lives.
It's gonna come at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Here's this one image that we're going to pan across, like it's like
Yeah.
it's something other than one image we're panning across.
Yeah, yeah,
Other than a ravine. of some
Yeah,
sort.
yeah.
yeah, with like a castle in the distance or whatever the hell. It was.
Some random. Seriously.
Generic medieval shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like actually not Elder Scrolls 6 at all. It's just some generic stock
It's a
footage.
stock image.
Oh no, Todd Howard could have published a picture of the dumpster behind Bethesda
Oh, God.
Studios,
Oh, yeah.
building, and said this is Elder Scrolls 6, and people would have said, "Oh wow, man, that's awesome."
It
Yeah.
looks amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So
It was
it wouldn't have mattered.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
man.
I'm hoping like 2 years. That's my fingers crossed time.
That's what I'm hoping too. I really hope 2 years it comes.
I
guess we'll see.
I'm
'cause there's
preparing myself for 2022.
Oh my god.
there's a couple games before it. There's what, the Starfield.
Starfield,
or-
Yeah, Starfield. Yeah.
Starfield and Fallout
Yeah.
76. That comes out soon, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played Fallout in forever.
76 comes out November 14th.
Oh,
If I'm
That's
correct.
soon.
I don't even remember.
Weeks?
Yeah,
It's
it's a
pretty
couple
soon.
weeks. Yep.
Yeah,
it's
I think
it's in beta now.
I think it's the 14th. Yeah, the beta is this weekend, right? Or now and this weekend, I think. Sunday they're doing another one.
Something like that. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I haven't played Fallout in a minute.
I haven't played since like New Vegas.
Yeah, I think that's the last one I played
After
too.
you hand me down New Vegas to be.
That game is sick.
Yeah, New Vegas is great.
Yeah, I like New Vegas.
And Microsoft just bought Obsidian, by the way.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
They did.
I didn't even know that.
They did, yeah.
At least it wasn't Disney.
Yeah, yeah, truly.
Well, when they buy Microsoft,
now Microsoft has a good legacy of buying studios and doing good things with them. I mean,
that's true. They bought Mojang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that they've certainly done a nice expansion to keep Minecraft alive. I'd have to say, with all the different things they added.
Yeah, they're patient and they have lots of money, so they can. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they've added like realms and all the different maps and things like that, which is pretty nice.
And they have a good history with games. I mean, my kids and I played countless hours of Age of Empires 1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
dude,
great games,
So
I used to I used to wreck my dad at Age of Empires.
Awesome.
Oh man,
good.
He used to play it like he was a contractor, but man, when he was like doing his bids for jobs, he'd have Age of Empires open, playing it intermittently, going back and forth. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I played Age of Empires 2. We just played it against each other just a couple months ago.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Steam, awesome.
Yeah. Age of Empires 2. So
then I got this nostalgia. I was like, Marco Polo.
all the old the cheesesteak Jimmys. What are all the old cheat codes?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Oh.
What is it? The lumberjack to get a bunch of wood.
Yeah.
Cheesesteak Jimmys for food. Oh,
yeah, my kids used to use those against me. I didn't know.
You didn't even know.
No.
Yeah, how are you building it? All this stuff.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Where'd all this material come from?
Right. You have a wonder already?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, that's a good game. I really like it still. I still hop in it every once in a while on because I'll be scrolling like through my Steam library. I'm like, oh my God, I played that in a while. Throw that on.
Yeah, that's a good one that I do that same thing. Just kind of go back to it every once in a while. I have a couple games I do that for.
Left 4 Dead
2.
Don't Starve.
Well, Don't Starve's a newerish one, but yeah, that game's fun.
That's a lot of fun. I like Don't Starve. Yeah.
Oh,
Factorio is another one that really caught me and just sort of sucked me in.
Yeah, that game.
Destroyed.
There's a newer one called Hollow Knight that I've been playing recently. That's way good. A little platformer. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Definitely got almost like a dark, like demonic kind of feel to it. It's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do platformers anymore. I do not have the reaction speed anymore.
Oh,
it's all gone.
They're tough. I downloaded the Cuphead, played it for like
oh my God,
shit, that is so hard.
I played it for literally like 3 minutes and I was like, nope, return.
Yeah.
Not again for me. Like, good Lord.
Yeah.
It was so hard. Oh my God.
Even just right at the beginning, I was like, that doesn't even lead you into it.
Yeah, no, it's just hard to start.
They don't even buy you dinner first, man. Right into it.
Yeah, my son came down and played it like, oh God, like last week or something. He hadn't played it in a while. He's like, I'm gonna go play some Cuphead. So he comes down and back up in like 10 minutes. He's like, no, never mind.
Like, yeah, I'm over this game.
I'm gonna go back to Fortnite. Never mind.
Yeah.
He's like, I just kept dying again. I was like, yeah, well, that's why we haven't played Cuphead in a while.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play first-person shooters because I'm so horrible.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible.
Every once in a while I'll try. Like Dusty got me to try Fortnite, and yeah, we did once, and I just got wrecked, and it's just not fun.
And Fortnite's somewhat forgiving until you get into the sort of the upper. So you really want to learn how to play it really well, and then you got to learn how to build fast, and that's just
right.
Done,
It took me forever to learn.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, and but if you can run around and play it, and it's okay, but yeah, it's still a tough game.
Yeah, we played Battlefield 1 for a couple months, and I think Cody may be the worst Battlefield player I've ever.
I like put effort. Like I literally remember Googling stuff to how to get better at first person shooting. Just getting wrecked and getting mercilessly ridiculed the whole time.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was telling Michael earlier, I watched Sean play the latest, Blackout, the latest battle royale from Call of Duty. Last week I was up visiting, and that's really awesome. It's if you want to sort of see what the next generation of battle royale is going to look like.
Sweet.
Blackout is awesome. It really is. Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
I once liked battle royales, but then Fortnite ruined it for me.
Well, it's
like, this seems like a good idea. I'll play for 25 minutes and then die in top 3 and be like, nah, I just wasted 25 minutes of my life.
yeah, it is that. There's no doubt about it.
Battle royales are a tough game to enjoy.
Yeah, well, Blackout is sort of what PUBG could have or should have been had they taken the time to really develop it over the last couple of years. Yeah, yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Good old Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, they got the money and the studio to do it. Guys, I have to go, but keep on keeping on. I got to run. So it's been great meeting you, and I will be watching your stream.
Awesome, thanks, man. Yeah, cool. It was good meeting you too. We'll see you then.
Yeah. Good night, Michael.
Yep. See you, Victor.
All right.
Yeah. So if you want to give everybody info where to find the stream, and well, you said that you haven't said it.
It'll probably just be twitch.tv/Sons of Sithis, I presume.
Hopefully nobody has that.
Yeah, given it's not taken.
Somebody stole it from us and now they're just gonna watch it.
They saw us announce it and someone just went and grabbed it.
Yeah, I gotta get that now.
If not, we'll probably be Sons of Sithis 1.
Sons _
or
Sithis.
The Sons of Sithis.
Right, or Sons of Sithis where one of the I's is just a 1. Or something like we'll do like the old
dollar signs for S's.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be even better, actually.
Yeah, dollar signs for S's.
That would be the way to go.
Something like that. But yeah, we'll be there. We're on Twitter, just at Sons of Sithis is where we pretty much do everything is on Twitter. So
that's probably the best way to find it, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the best way. And then we're on iTunes too. We finally figured that out.
That was a chaotic situation for 2 months of us trying to figure out
what we were doing. I'm just not a Mac person, so I had no idea with iTunes. I was completely lost.
I have an iPhone and I don't use like iTunes. I have Spotify. Like I don't use any of the Apple software.
And I remember when we were setting it up, I just have bad ADD, I guess, but I was setting it up and couldn't figure it out. Set up an iTunes account and it wasn't letting me do I can't remember what it was now, but there was some link that we had to go through.
Oh yeah, you got to go through Podcast Connect or something.
Yes, and I couldn't get the Podcast Connect to work for whatever reason, and I couldn't. I had the login ready and everything, so I just every couple weeks I'd let me try this again. It wouldn't let me do it. And I was just it's fine. We're on Spotify. It's fine.
iTunes doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, we're on iTunes, Spotify, all that fun stuff. Yeah. And we've got the website through Libsyn too. It's wherever you.
Oh, that's up
too.
Yeah, it's good to be through iTunes. The Podcast Connect thing's a little funky. I know we had issues with it when it first switched over to that way, but it's way better than it used to be because it used to be you just submitted a feed and had no clue.
Oh,
you would literally just submit,
it's up.
And that's it. Yeah. There was no warning, no nothing, no way to check and see if it was working. It was
crazy.
Maybe you'll be approved in a week, maybe in a month. Who knows?
Hopefully. We just went back through and fixed a bunch of stuff too, because since we didn't have it set up initially when it went back and pulled all of our episodes. I didn't realize that how Libsyn works is there's it has different inputs for what we want to do for iTunes specifically.
Oh, okay.
iTunes just works a little bit differently than the other stuff does. So I had just copied and pasted all of the episode information, and I accidentally pasted all of our tags in the episode name.
So it's super long.
Yeah, so our episode name was super long, and it was just ESO, Elder Scrolls,
random combinations of words.
I could just imagine someone getting on and seeing it on iTunes, oh, cool, and then scrolling down, what the is this? Something crazy, but yeah, we got that all fixed, thankfully. or hopefully, I don't know. Dusty, look on your iPhone. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was fixed because
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, when I was going through and downloading some episodes, they were normal titles. They weren't like
oh, good. Good. I'm glad I fixed it then.
they weren't like 40 words long.
Right? Yeah, some crazy. Yeah, ESO, Elder Scrolls, like whatever. This is a real episode.
All the random tags that are in there.
Right, gaming. Like, what is this?
Very thorough.
Something to do with Elder Scrolls, I gather.
Possibly.
Right.
What is a Daedra?
That's like, that reminds me of like when I first downloaded the ESO and got in there and like, okay, how to get Daedric armor in ESO.
How to forge. Where is Skyforged Steel in ESO? Is Yorland Greymane in ESO?
And then just like, oh, they're running it like an MMO. Oh, okay.
That's what kind of game this is.
That's funny. There was a lot of that too when it first came out.
Yeah, when it was way different. Yeah, because I did play it when it first came out, and it was kind of funky at times.
I remember seeing that in the zone chat a couple times. Like, hey, is Daedric armor in this game? Like, I mean, yeah, as a style.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a hard transition, I think, for people who never played an MMO.
That's for sure.
Beginning, yeah.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of people that I've ran into that it was their first MMO because I've played so many MMOs. Once I got in, I'm like, oh, okay, they're doing this, this, and this. I was like, oh, okay, I got the hang of it. But even though the combat's kind of crazy, but not like WoW.
Used to be the combat system used to be a happy place of nobody knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not that bad though.
Not anymore. They've fixed a lot of issues. That was a lot of people's like biggest complaints early on was like they tried to keep a single player combat system for an MMO.
Yeah.
But they've since like completely revamped their combat system. So
yeah, that was really funky in the beginning. I remember it was kind of awkward.
Super awkward, yeah. Well, it's still kind of weird. I mean, really, there's no reason to play in first person, but every once in a while when I'm questing, I'll zoom in and then I'll be like head bobbing around and be like, oh, geez. And like go into my settings and like, okay, we're going to turn the head bob all the way up. Yeah, just a little. But.
Yeah, but it's because God, in that beginning it was so populated too with people. It was like every time you turned a corner, there was like 40 people running around doing the same thing.
Yeah, it was kind of insane. That's like, I think it's nice for me because I usually play really late at night on the NA server.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit quieter. Because when I first got on to play Murkmire, it was kind of like I was playing just on my lunch. And I popped in there and there was so many people there. I was like, good Lord.
I try and avoid like all the base territories in that, like go to all the DLC areas because there's usually a lot less people there. But
oh yeah, that's definitely true. Especially like the older DLCs if you go to like Orsinium or something.
Oh yeah, that have been out a while.
Yeah, there's usually not a whole lot of people there. Yeah, Clockwork City too. I was just there a couple days ago doing one of the quests.
Very many people there.
Or I think I was doing some of the dailies, and yeah, there wasn't not a whole lot of peeps there. So
yeah, because there's so much area to go to now.
There's so much more, and it's so cool finally going to like a deeper area. The Black Marsh too is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty. Oh God,
I think I've always wanted them to do.
I think I said this on one of our episodes, but it ever since I played the single player Elder Scrolls games, like it's always been my dream to just explore all of Tamriel. And then when this came out, I was like, oh, I can do that now.
Yeah, right.
Happen.
Seriously. Yeah, it's cool. It's nice to see an area that we've never been to before. I mean, there's a lot of that in ESO, I guess, but it's pretty cool. And familiar areas too, going up to the Rift.
Going up to East March.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, be able to get to those areas at a different time.
Right.
Rift in
there is weird lore stuff though, because I remember like when I first popped into Cyrodiil and like, was this supposed to be like all a jungle before?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it just looks like it does in Oblivion, but I guess it'd be kind of weird if it was a huge jungle, or would it be
very confusing?
Yeah, I remember thinking that when I first hopped in, but
Yeah, because I
That's
guess
fine.
people really want to
Nah.
see. Yeah,
People want to see Oblivion. Yeah, they don't want to see some weird jungle.
yeah. Well, no, the city will be there eventually, guys.
Yeah, it'll be there eventually.
Trust me, it will be here one day.
Trust me, Talos is coming. He'll fix it all.
Just not in this.
Yeah, just not now or in this ever. Yeah, that would be kind of weird, huh? If they just did that in the game, Talos just conquers everything.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
That would be kind of dope. Huh?
pretty good.
Like a world in-game event. You no matter where you are, you just see like Talos running through a field.
That'd be sick if that's how they ended it, though. If in like 5 years or something, when it's dead, that's how they end it. It's like
Oh,
Talos
you
comes.
have one big event, and
and they shut off the servers.
Oh, that would be pretty awesome.
That'd actually be pretty sick, huh?
Think of all the capital D colons in the chat.
Just
all the
hire me now, ZeniMax Online. I got all the good ideas.
I wonder how it keeps going after 6 comes out.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder if there'll be a big dip off of people playing, just a bunch of people leaving to play. Because I know I'll be playing that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, like once that comes out, you're talking,
Oh yeah, that's a few years down the road too. That's for sure. At least 2 or 3 down the road.
Plenty of time. Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of time to get their money's worth with ESO.
They definitely have so far. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's really. I feel like it's really just like found its place permanently almost.
It really has. I think honestly, even with all the other MMOs I played, it's definitely my favorite MMO I've ever played for sure. It's really good. Good stuff. Doesn't have a lot of
it made it through those growing pains and really just hit its niche. It seems like for everyone.
It really has. Yeah, it's definitely the golden age right now. All the stuff coming out too, and it's cool being kind of at the end game as well, because with stuff coming out so frequently, man, I feel like I just finished all of my like achievements and stuff for Wolf Hunter, getting through all the new content and stuff like that, and then bam, Murkmire. And then I'm sure the next one's not far away. So,
and some of these DLCs, I can't believe they're free to ESO Plus members. Like, I've never heard of another game just giving a DLC pretty much for free. That's like that big.
They're putting that in the November rewards, aren't they?
Yeah,
did they say that? Which is crazy. I've never seen a game like, you can buy this now, or we'll just give it to you for free if you log in every day in November.
That's amazing.
It's crazy, right?
I guess it's valuable just to keep the player base, though. I wonder if they must.
Then you sure their marketing guy thought that up.
Sneak good things into the Crown Store, and then get more people to look at it.
Well, yeah, and it's like everyone was. I saw some people on Twitter with the Somerset, the Sijic Villa that they gave to everyone for free or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then someone was like, "Oh man, there's all these cool crafting things in the Crown Store," and I was like, yeah. I mean, that's pretty smart, obviously. Like it's all Sijic themed and fits everywhere perfectly. Like, I mean, obviously they would want to do that. They just gave you a $100 house for free. Like,
so
they want you to now spend money to decorate it.
Yeah, please buy these things to support our house.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, because it seems that model seems to be working really well for them, though. So
definitely is. That's for sure. Yeah, and the crates too. I mean, God, the mounts are just so cool that they put in those crates. It's so alluring.
Cody does not have good crate luck.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'll buy 2 and get an Apex mount. Cody will buy 30 and not get 1.
That's how it seems to go, though. It's like, man, yeah, it's so frustrating. Or I'll buy a big pack of them, get nothing, and then I'll get like the 3 or 1 free one from the rewards and get something good. And I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't even need to buy all that. So I got something good in this.
You got something good anyway.
Right, yeah. I guess that's kind of with every crate, any crate or loot crate, or
any kind of thing, like
any stuff like that is kind of addicting. That's
a money abyss.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The same thing with Overwatch though too. Some of those skins are just so cool.
Oh yeah, we get the whole Fortnite skin thing every time.
Oh yeah, Fortnite too. That's
new season. Yeah,
Fortnite
new pants, new
skins out.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's how they make it a free game, right?
Yeah. So I'm like,
purchase yourself some V-Bucks, right?
yep. I'm like, you can do $10 a season. I'm like, that's fair. They're giving you a free game.
Exactly. Well, that's like with I remember I recently, or I think it was it a year ago now that we played Warframe, Dusty?
Oh yeah, that was forever ago.
It's the same thing with Warframe. That's like, it's free, yeah, or you can spend this money to get these really cool Warframes.
Mm.
You can get for free, sure, but it's going to take you 50 hours to grind for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Warframe.
Just buy it now for 3 payments of $19.99.
3 payments.
And that's not all.
That's not all. Oh man, that's funny.
Well, it seems like it's going to have enough life to carry us through whatever X number of years.
That's what I'm hoping. Carry me to Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
We'll see after that, or at least to the release of Blades once they figure that out.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, there's Blades. I'm interested to see what that is and what that develops into also.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Blades just off of the footage that they showed us. I was like, oh man, but then they said, it's coming out for PC too in accordance with phone. That when they said that, I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to play it on my phone then.
Yeah.
If I have the option to play it on my PC. I mean, maybe if I'm like sitting waiting for a plane or something.
Yeah, and then be like, all right, let me hop into this for a few minutes and then hop out of it.
Right, that's for sure. Well, and I'm sure with the town section, there'll be stuff that'll be easier to do than like a dungeon or delve or whatever.
Yeah,
you're sitting down. I'm sure there'll be some like Clash of Clans kind of thing, where you're like building up your town, something like that. It seems like they'll do. Which will
we were talking about it. There's got to be some real time aspect of it.
With the town, I'm sure they'll do something like that, especially with it being a phone game. I mean, that's the name of the game.
That's the point, to keep you going,
to keep it going, Clash of Clans. Those are good times. I remember that game.
Update my town hall for the next month and a half.
Now that I finally saved up all the gold. Wait, the last one you did was super long, wasn't it?
It was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
From like,
I haven't played Clash of Clans in forever.
I haven't played that game in a very long time.
Do people still play that?
Is that still around, I wonder? It's got to be, right? A little hanging on somewhere.
I remember my mom was dating this guy a while back, and he told me once that he spent something like $5,000 on the gems. Yeah, and I was like, good lord, because he showed me his like, I can't remember if I pulled it out, and you hear the little like dun 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 dun, like the little sound, and like it's like the call to other people that play it, like, oh, you play Clash of Clans too, right? Something like that. He's like, yeah, let me show you my base, and like pulled it out, and like it's kind of crazy. But yeah, $4,000. I was like, oh, man, you must have some disposable income, buddy. $4,000.
Yeah, you must have exactly.
Like, money must not be an option, because $4,000. That's like, oh, cool. There goes like a third of my next 3 months of like.
Yeah. Like you can buy a decent car.
Seriously, yeah, you could go. I could go down to the little dealership that's right around the corner from me and buy probably 2 cars for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Good deal.
That I can
buy one, get one free
for a couple of years. Yeah.
Yes. You buy that and the new engine. Good. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm interested in Blades. I think that's going to be fun, and I like the like being able to play on multiple things. Because I've found like with Minecraft we were talking about, you can now hop in. Like I can play on Xbox One, hop in on Switch, hop in on the PC, or hop in on my phone, all on the same thing.
Yeah, that has a lot of value to keep a game alive. That's for sure. Especially with when they announced they were doing Skyrim on Switch, I was like, well, yep, there you go. There's another reason for me to play Skyrim right there.
90th release of Skyrim.
The 90th. Yeah, I play it way different on Switch than I play in general, like on PC or console, just because it's smaller. So I find I just bash more.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Just go to because like those long archery shots just aren't as easy on like.
Oh yeah, that's got to be tough on
screen or whatever. Yeah,
on a tiny little.
Yeah, they're like specs.
Half an hour.
Yeah,
let's try
specs, it. Yeah, that's like my boss plays this like zombie shooter game on his phone, and I was like, God, that's gotta be small on your phone, man.
Yeah,
doing like a shooter on your phone. Yeah,
thumbs on a touch screen for that long, like.
Yeah, I feel like you get like carpal tunnel pretty easily. Don't
seriously, even on a big, if you have like a big phone, that seems.
Yeah, you would need like a plus of some kind.
I mean, phone
Yeah,
screens,
sure.
your fingers don't really slide that well on them either. So to like move a touchscreen analog stick
it's definitely
for a long
not
time,
like a joystick
hurts.
or something like that, or it's not as fluid.
Oh no, yeah, not at all. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, because I can't even like with Minecraft if I'm playing it, my son and I are playing or whatever, and I'm on my phone and he's on whatever else, the same thing. Like I can't if we do a battle or something in some goofy game we're playing. Like I can't do anything on the phone.
Right. Yeah, you have very limited mobility. That's for sure.
I can't even look around. What the hell's going on?
Right. Yeah, what's happening?
Well, the weird thing about the Switch is you can set it up for the motion. So like if for the archer you can move it around.
Oh, okay.
And it's really funky. Like you can turn the motion controls on essentially, but I always play it as a all put together as a small, everything docked together. I never play it on the screen because what's the point? It's a Switch. Why would I put it on the screen?
Exactly. The point is like it's like if you had a Nintendo DS or something like that. Why would you hook it up to the screen, man? I mean,
yeah, that doesn't make any sense for me. So
yeah, it's a little weird, especially where it's like, yeah, I could play Skyrim on my computer for sure, or I can just play it on this little and have a completely different experience. But yeah, why would I can just play it on my PS4 right now?
Yeah. Why am I going to put the Switch on the TV and play a much lesser game than what?
Exactly. Yeah, than what I've got completely unlocked and way better on my PC.
Yeah, the aiming thing is weird for sure. Like if you do it that way, I always switch it to controls. But yeah, the motion aiming is funky as hell. Same thing with VR.
Oh, I've heard there's some weird stuff that happens in VR.
Yeah, I mean, I could only play it for about 10 minutes, and then I was like gonna throw up. So
yeah, every VR. I mean, I've only really messed with the Google Cardboard or whatever, but even that, just like a little like explore thing or whatever. I put it on and was like, oh,
yeah.
I like don't get motion sick at all, but that, oh man.
Yeah, imagine bouncing around Skyrim.
Just even in the cart at the beginning.
Oh God. It's a rough ride. It's a rough ride.
Yeah, it's not smooth riding in Skyrim, that's for sure.
VR with
definitely not paved streets.
With the square wheel mod.
Yeah.
How terrible that would be.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I haven't hopped into the VR. I did the VR a couple times. My son played it for a lot longer. He played it. He was playing it for like an hour at a time. And I'm like, Jesus,
how? That's crazy, man.
I wonder what that feels like taking that off after an hour.
It's gotta be strange as hell.
Oh yeah, I imagine just your eyes adjusting back to like the world, just like
it's gotta be like, whoa, what?
Yeah, it's like when I wake up and there's sunlight in my room, just like
I don't get motion sickness when I do VR. My biggest fear is what's going on in the real world that I can't see
around you. Yeah,
what if someone's sneaking up on me right now? And so I'm always like peeking out of the little thing, like, all right, I'm clear for now.
Eventually we'll get to a place kind of like the whole. I don't know if you've read the Ready Player One or saw the movie or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite books. So eventually it'll be way cool, I'm sure. But once they can laser it into our eyeballs, like they
yeah, and you're not wearing a giant helmet.
Right. Yeah, some giant helmet and having like the weird like hand controller things or whatever, and it's just like the haptic gloves or what have you.
Yeah, that way, and you can kind of feel everything and everything's sensory. Yeah,
because I assume once it's good enough to actually trick your senses into thinking it's real, that's the real hump to get over with VR, I think, for sure.
Yeah. I imagine that the like Oculus and stuff is better.
Yeah, I mean it would have to be, right? I've seen people with like the little like the treadmill and stuff where you can like walk around and you're not bumping into stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
I assume that's better, but I mean
it's got to be smoother if you have something that can run it, I would assume, than like the PSVR. Although the PSVR does pretty good for what it is. I mean, surprisingly.
Right. Well, it's even not that expensive, isn't it? Isn't only.
I mean, compared to the other ones now, I mean, it even went on sale, I think, last year, pretty cheap with a game. I think they had like a couple of the games they had, whatever packs.
Right.
We're selling them bundles.
Nice.
And it wasn't
the
that
Oculus
crazy.
is like thousands, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you got to have
Yeah,
a computer that can run it.
Yeah. Good lord.
You gotta have a powerful computer for that.
I don't have a throw up bucket large enough for.
Yeah, you better be able to play that shit for hours if you're spending that money.
Yeah, for sure. That's my thing too. I mean, if I'm gonna spend that much, I'll just buy a really nice PC setup instead of I'll just skip the VR.
Yeah, I'll just get a really big screen and a really nice PC.
Just get
get the curved screen, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, you get like that huge triple screen thing that Samsung made. That's like 3 monitors, but they're all connected.
Yeah,
that big huge one.
Yeah,
get one of those. Get those one of like the $1,500 ultra wide monitors. It's like 4, but it's one huge monitor. It like curves all the way around. There's some crazy monitors out there.
Yeah, I feel like you could do that rather than
doing VR.
Just sit really close to it.
Yeah, just sit close enough to it. You'll be fine.
You won't go blind or anything.
It's VR enough. Just get a big enough projector and you're fine.
That's it. That's
just project, Skyrim on the one wall, and then you get 4 other projectors to project grass on the other walls. That's my VR right there.
So you can always look around.
Yeah, so it feels like you're in the.
Ooh, there's grass over there. Nice.
Nice.
The weird thing, like in the VR one, is like your hands and the weapons and stuff are just kind of like floating in front of you.
Oh, weird.
The settings.
It's not like your hands. There's no like hands connected to them.
It's weird. I forget exactly. Yeah, it feels very floaty. I think it depends on how you set it up and all. There's different ways.
Weird. Yeah, it's almost like the whole like when you look all the way down, you're like, "Where's my body?"
Yeah. It's like not
breaks the experience. Yeah, breaks you out. Weird.
Yeah, it's a little funky, but I had to get it. Got every friggin' version I think of Skyrim at this point, but
right.
Oh man.
All 93.
Yeah, I think there's that many. I think the only one I didn't have
Special edition, Legendary edition, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Wii,
Exemplary edition,
Game of the Year Legendary Special edition.
I was really hoping for like a special Oblivion.
Oh man, I wish they would.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
I was like,
overhaul of Oblivion, that'd be sick.
Oh, like an HD remastered Oblivion. That would be incredible.
It's so good. Leave all the voice lines in though. We still want the same guy as every single beggar.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I definitely want what's his name? The Adoring Fan.
Yes. Bizura.
Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Dude, he is. He's literally that person. It literally makes me think when I saw The Incredibles that they just took him from Oblivion.
Like somebody had played a lot of the game and was like,
someone saw it, and played a lot of the game. Was like, that'd be an interesting thing to put in this movie that I'm working on.
Fortunately for Skyrim, there's an insane modding community, and so like, you can play any version of Skyrim and have like thousands of different experiences. Like,
you could literally do anything. Yeah, it's like
it's crazy.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff. I mean, just loading up one of the survival things, have fun. There you go.
You can be Aragorn and your follower is Legolas, and you get a third follower mod, and now you have Gimli.
Now it's Gimli. There you go.
Yeah, you can just literally do or be like, I've played where I haven't even done any quests. Like I've just been like a hunter.
There you go.
And like made stuff. Yeah, I didn't play it for a long time like that, but it was like, I'm gonna just
all the way to level 10.
Yeah, about to like level.
You go.
I was like, this is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna live in the world and just do this, and then
no quests.
Well, it's kind of like I would think of it as almost like Don't Starve Skyrim edition.
Yeah.
Right. Survive, but in Skyrim now.
Minecraft Hardcore Skyrim edition.
Minecraft Hardcore Skyrim. Just throw that Skyrim skin on Minecraft and.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's like the Skyrim skin packs or whatever
and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, there's a Fallout. We actually have a somebody had set up a Fallout realm.
Oh.
That we have a bunch of us playing in.
Nice.
It's like bunch of people listened to the Fallout show and this one and stuff, and actually the person was from Australia who set it up, oddly enough, because
Yeah, what is it? Was there some press release back in like Australia back when like Daggerfall or something came out, and now it's just
like
their like culture?
I think there's big gaming down there or something.
Oh yeah, there must be. Well, that's like Utah for some reason. It's like there's so many nerds here. It's
Really?
weird.
I've only let's see, I've been to Utah a bunch, but mostly in like southern Utah.
Oh, okay, down in
Not
like
very populated.
yeah, we're up in Salt Lake area.
Yeah, where people.
Where all the people are.
All the non-tourists.
Yeah, it's weird. Something crazy. Like I remember Salt Lake Comic-Con. It's only been doing it for like 3 years now, and it's
tens of thousands of people.
It's
really
like significantly larger than San Diego Comic-Con now. It's like that's why there was a whole lawsuit between them over the use of the word Comic-Con. Like it's not just a short version of comic convention, but apparently San Diego Comic-Con has the patent on, or whatever it is, trademark on.
Yeah, whoever runs it, yeah.
So now it's Salt Lake Comic Convention.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's like the second year that it happened, it had already outgrown San Diego Comic-Con. And they had like serious issues in the convention center that they were in because they like did not have enough space.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which is funny because then you think like, well, didn't people buy that much tickets though? Like
you know how many people have bought tickets. Yeah.
Or maybe they just like, well, not all of them will come at once though. Oh, but they will.
Not all of them will stay for the whole weekend.
Oh, but they did.
People that go to conventions don't go there the whole day, right?
That's crazy. I didn't realize how big that one was. I mean, I go to San Diego every year, and that's crazy. But
I'm sure I've never been to the San Diego one, but yeah, Salt Lake's cool. It's weird too. I remember I play Magic too, the Magic the Gathering, and every time I go to like a pre-release or something, I'm just like, it's weird because like I remember when I was a kid playing Magic and like Pokemon and other stuff or whatever, and going to like a game store where there'd be like a couple other people playing at like the event or whatever, but now it's like crazy. There was like the last pre-release I went to, man, there were probably 50 or 60 people there.
Oh wow.
Just in like the little game store.
Just in the local.
Yeah, in a local game shop. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Cool. Well, thanks for having us on the show, man. We probably got to get out of here, but thanks for having us on. It's been awesome.
Yeah, this was really fun.
Hopefully everybody can hop into the Extra Life event next weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
4th.
Hopefully we can last.
Good luck going 12 hours.
We'll be on for like an hour and a half and be like, nah, that's
cushion.
It. Yeah.
Seat cushions or like those little airplane like neck pillows. like, hi, we don't stream a lot, so we've got a bunch of sitting stuff because we don't sit this much.
Heavy duty like wrist braces and like.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine my hands after that long. That's gonna be rough.
Get an exercise bike. It helps.
Oh, there you go. That's true.
Do the whole stream on an elliptical.
On the bike.
Yeah, on an elliptical, yeah. Well,
just on an elliptical. Up on a treadmill.
Yeah.
So every couple minutes we'll run you, Dusty.
Okay.
That'll be a hell of a feat.
Every donation, Dusty runs for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Full speed.
12 miles an hour, max speed of the
15% incline.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for you, but hey, it's for the kids, Dusty.
It's for the kids.
Yeah, do it for the kids.
Right, exactly.
So everybody find them just go to Twitter. It's easiest.
Yep.
You guys are always there. So
we try to keep it active, popping around, dropping some jokes every once in a while.
Yeah, and then you'll obviously have all the links and all the when the shows come out and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's all on them.
Yeah,
best way to do it.
Awesome.
You can follow Skyrim Addict on there too. I sometimes post, but don't
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I expect a lot of posting
every once in a while.
Yeah.
Right.
But thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
Yep. Take it easy.
See ya.